Hey everyone, Luca here with a My Hero Ultra Impact guide about one specific mode today, the USJ. I'll be going over the best way to farm the USJ and what I feel are the best items to get from the UA shop.
何かやってるみたいだな。行ってみるか。
何？
Both the UA High shop and the VE Tower shop have amazing free memories and items. I use a lot of these free memories in climax battles, VE Tower, Arena, Club Festival, you name it. You should be farming both modes daily to earn currency for both shops. I will be going over VE Tower in a different video if there is interest. This is more of a beginner's guide for those of you who are just starting out, but it could also be a good refresher for everyone else. Do share in the comments if you have any other advice. Also, what's your favorite memory from the UA shop? I hope you will watch to the end even if you are already an expert, or share this video with players who are looking for advice about this mode or what to get from the shop. Please use the timestamps in the description to navigate this video. First off, when you are just starting out, you'll be working on clearing each stage of the USJ one by one. The USJ is kind of like a training ground for you to familiarize yourself with the different unit types in this game. Let's take a look at what they are. So let's click on the easiest difficulty since that's where you will be starting, and you can choose a guest to help you. The guest will take you really far. When you tap on the stage, it will give you the recommended strategy at the top. You want skill impact down, confusion resist up, cancel status ailments. This won't matter too much at the beginning because you're kind of just going to use whatever characters you have. But first, we're going to take a look at the different unit types. First off, we have red units, also known as strength units, STR for short. They have type advantage over green units. INT, short for intelligence. INT type units have type advantage over blue units, also known as ABL units, short for ability. Next up, we have neutral units, yellow units, also known as MND units, short for mind, and dark units, DST, short for destruction. Mind and DST have type advantage against each other. I find this zone in the USJ to be the easiest because you can use mind characters and all the other character types are neutral, so you can use other character types too to help you defeat this boss. Again, if you find the boss difficult, you can always borrow a guest unit to help you. You can easily clear USJ fights even when the boss is hard by choosing a guest who has a strong character you can borrow. You can add high-ranking players by finding them in the Club Festival ranking by checking out your club menu and tapping the eye to access past rankings. I suggest for you to take a look at what characters you have to see which zone is easiest for you. The goal is to clear each difficulty until you reach the hardest difficulty. Once you have finished clearing each zone and difficulty, you can sit back and use skip tickets 3 times a day on the hardest difficulty of any zone to earn your shop currency. You only need to be careful about checking special missions. Sometimes your special missions require you to clear specific USJ fights. For now, we do not have any specific missions, so you do not need to be careful about which zone you are clearing. Now, why is it crucial to farm USJ every day? This is because we get shop currency. The UA shop refreshes every week. If you diligently buy memories from the shop every week, you'll be able to max a memory in just 6 weeks. These memories have proven to be extremely useful. Some are even better than memories from the gacha. I very much suggest working on buying all of these memories eventually. By now, I've maxed every UR memory from the UA shop, and I've used many of them quite a lot. I try to use as many of these as I can in climax battle guides to make sure that everyone has access to the memories I'm using in the guides. I also use memories from the VE Tower shop, which I will maybe go over in a different video. Let's take a look at each of the memories now. Some memories from the shop are more useful than others, so let me share with you what I feel you should prioritize first. Here's my ranking of the most useful memories from the UA shop. First off, the best investment is Strong Battle Formation, also known as SBF for short. This memory increases your character's max HP by 40% if there are any UA high students on the team. This is great for support units and units who want high HP, or even if you just want more survivability. But what makes this memory so amazing is the cooldown effect it provides. Every 3 turns, it shortens character's cooldown by 1 up to 3 times. And not only that, it also increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 20% up to 3 times. This is very useful for ensuring that your team has plus ultras by turn 3. This memory is amazing on cooldown characters like Celeb Momo, Steampunk Aizawa, Mr. Compress, ABL Monoma, and so forth. Their cooldown is pretty high at 5-4, so having a memory that reduces their cooldown by 1 will allow the cooldown character's skill to match with the rest of the team. I've maxed 2 copies of this memory, and I'm now working on maxing another copy. It never hurts to have more of this memory. I use this memory in Arena on Celeb Momo, and have used it often in climax battles as well. Sometimes I put 1 copy on my front line and 1 copy on my back line. This is the best memory to get from the UA shop. Next up, my next recommended memory is I'm Watching You. It increases character skill impact by 35% if there are any pro heroes on the team. It increases skill impact by 25% for 2 turns, every 2 turns up to 4 times. But what's most important again is how it reduces characters' action skill cooldown time by 1 every 3 turns up to 3 times. This is another amazing free cooldown memory you can use on your team to make sure your team runs more smoothly. Having cooldowns matchup is key in ensuring your team works cohesively. This is great on your DPS characters who need extra cooldown support, like Pike Nejire or Celeb Bakugo, who have 5-4 cooldowns. Let's see, my third recommended memory is Coordinated Rescue. When equipped by a female character, it increases critical hit rate by 30% and critical skill impact by 50%. That's really high. It also increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 20% when used in a character's second or later successfully executed skill chain up to 2 times. So you can even choose when you want to increase the plus ultra gauge. If you don't want to use this right away, just use this character first in the skill chain and you won't activate this part of the memory. This is one of the best DPS memories for female characters. It is especially powerful on characters who love crit. For example, this memory is amazing on Celeb Ochako. More crit means she will stun more and heal more often. The skill chain part also provides a tech hit for VE Tower, so list memory could be used there too, especially since it provides a lot of crit. Crit rate and tech hits are very important for VE Tower. Those 3 that I just mentioned are what I recommend as must-gets from the UA shop. Everything else is more situational, but still pretty good. In general, the UR memories from the UA shop are pretty good, so I worked on all of them. You can see a lot of them here. I have at least 1 max copy of each. Don't use limit breakers on any of these memories though. You can eventually max all of these memories through the shop. Next up are all of the rest of the memories, kind of in the order I recommend, but you might find some more useful than others, so work on them at your own pace. I consider Abyssal Black Body Sabbath as a starter speed memory with conditional cooldown. It's a great speed memory for when you're just starting out, but eventually you'll get other speed memories that you can replace this one with. The cooldown effect is pretty good, but it is conditional on having higher speed and getting hit, so it doesn't always work. The memory itself does help meet part of the criteria since it gives you 40% speed, so you will likely have higher speed. But that doesn't mean you'll get hit. If you don't get hit, you don't get the cooldown reduction. This memory increases characters' action skill impact by 20% if you have any DST characters on the team, and speed by 40% if there are any mine characters on the team. Arena meta used to be focused on outspeeding your opponents. So speed memories were the go-to, and this memory was great for that. But the meta has kind of shifted. It's not really focused on speed anymore. At least that's how I feel. I mean, outspeeding is still nice, and you get conditional cooldown from this too. So if you are in need of a speed memory, this is a great one to have with 40% speed and some other perks. Next up, let's take a look at right next to your ally. This memory gives 30% max HP when equipped by a hero. If there are any pro heroes on the team, your character's defense is increased by 20%, and you gain the ability to evade 2 times up to 1 time. When your character's HP drops below 50%, you can evade 2 more times. This is a pretty good memory on arena defense for your tanks. Next up, we have full firepower. I was really surprised by how useful this memory was versus Endeavor Climax Battle and All Might Climax Battle. This is a great memory for when you want to do quick plus ultra strategies. This memory increases characters plus ultra move skill impact by 50% if there are any UA high students on the team. Every 2 turns, your character's plus ultra gauge is increased by 20%, and you gain the ability to nullify 1 status ailment. This is a really unique memory that could be useful whenever we want to focus on plus ultras. So I do think it's a good idea to get this memory, especially if you really want to be Endeavor up. Next up, we have a threat in the way. This was actually the very first USJ memory I maxed because it's a great memory for UA teachers in general, and I am a big Aizawa fan. This is still a pretty good memory for UA teachers, giving them 40% skill impact and 10% max HP. This memory also provides 30% crit rate for everyone, not limited to UA teachers. This memory has good crit for VE Tower and is also a great memory for UA teachers in general. Next up, we have To Tell of Dreams. This memory increases characters' power by 30% if there are any pro heroes on the team, and speed by 20% if there are any class 1A characters on the team. Every 3 turns, this memory decreases power of all opponents by 10% for 2 turns, up to 4 times, and speed by 10% for 2 turns, up to 4 times. This is a solid power and speed memory, though there are other memories that have higher power or higher speed. You could also use this memory versus Best Genist, who requires power down. But You Die When You Die from VE Tower is the better power down memory. Imminent Danger. Imminent Danger. This memory increases characters' action skill impact by 60% if there are any pro heroes on the team. It increases characters' defense by 20% if there are any villains on the team. And this memory can cancel one of the character's status ailments every 3 turns up to 5 times. Both this memory and Right Next to Your Ally are good defense memories against Redestro with the 20% defense, but there are also SR options for defense against Redestro. So you don't necessarily need to build this particular memory just for that. However, this memory is decently useful on an arena defense team, but I do like Right Next to Your Ally more than this one for that, since that one gives you more HP and also evasion, which your tank might need. Take Down the Disaster Walker is a good DPS memory for villains if you want to build your villains. Villains have fewer good memories in comparison to heroes. Even heroes in general don't have as many good memories as class 1A. When equipped by a villain, this memory increases characters' power by 45% and defense by 10%. Also increases characters plus ultra gauge by 10% when used in characters' successfully executed skill chain up to 3 times. Like I said, a solid DPS memory for villains, and it also gives some defense and a slight amount of plus ultra gauge. That's all is a good DPS memory in general for skill impact and defense. You get 45% skill impact and 10% defense when equipped by a hero. If your character's defense is decreased, you gain evasion, but this part probably will not be activated much. Head-to-head with Fate is a good DPS memory in general. It increases character's critical hit rate by 30%, and a further 8% for 2 turns every 2 critical hits. That's pretty good. That's really high crit. If you're just in need of crit in general, this could be something to consider. This last part of the memory won't be activated too much because it only works when your character gets knocked out. You shorten action skill cooldown time of all allies by 1, with a low chance of decreasing power of all opponents by 50% for 2 turns. This only works when your character dies, which you don't really want to happen unless you're doing a sacrificial strategy. Last, we have Just As Told. This is yet another memory I consider your starter speed memory, since there are now other better speed memories. But this is still a solid speed memory when you're just starting out. This memory increases power by 35% when equipped by a UA High student. And if there are any UA High teachers on the team, your character gets 25% speed. Also, when battle starts, you decrease a single opponent's speed by 20% for 3 turns. This was one of the first memories I maxed because I wanted speed back then, and also, hey, a Shinso memory. I have to max this memory because Shinso is on it. This was a decent speed memory in the past, but again, the meta doesn't really focus on speed now. This memory and To Tell of Dreams kind of offer very similar stats, so you might focus on just one of them at the beginning. That's it for the memories. I also suggest buying SR Bakugo every week because you can receive 20 stars every week for the extra copies. Look at that, 20 extra stars. This is a great way to earn more stars. I don't know about you, but I could always use more stars. SR Shigaraki can be obtained in case files, so I don't suggest buying him here. Same goes for his pieces. He is a great character though, especially in VE Tower, so definitely work on getting him from case files. You can work on getting twice from here since I don't think he's available anywhere else at the moment. As for other characters, I suggest only buying them when you're short on gems and need to shake another character down for gems by completing their boards. You can complete their boards for free by buying these orbs. If you have a lot of currency left over, then you can buy these random pieces that we see from the shop. So like I could buy this random Sero piece, I could buy this random Dabi piece since I'm working on these characters. But these pieces are kind of pricey when you're just starting out, so I don't suggest buying them until you have all the memories you want. I might be back with a guide like this for VE Tower memories at some point too, because there are some great VE Tower memories as well. Like, comment, subscribe for more.
何かやってるみたいだな。行ってみるか。
Please share this video to help out the channel. What else would you like to learn about this game? Let me know. I'm also learning along with you. And do comment with what you feel are the most useful UA shop memories.
なんだ
Also, I've been trying to revive my other channel, Luca Buys Things. I share videos of anime merchandise and other things I buy there. I hope you'll check out that channel too. I'll link it here. Thanks so much for watching. Luca out.